Hi everyone. Podcast is taking a bit of a break at the moment, the way that it normally would be, because if you can notice by my very empty shelves and how empty my home is looking at the moment, I'm moving house. So my life is incredibly busy at the moment, but what I would like to do, I've just got back from a meeting with a client, and what we were talking about was how we allow other people's opinions to infiltrate our mind and actually shake our inner sanctum. And what I wanted to say to you guys today was just that you are completely in control of what enters your mind, and you're the gatekeeper to your inner sanctuary. And a lot of people have this kind of mentality where they say, well, it's not my fault that I got upset because he, she, they, XYZ did something, said something, and that affected my reality. And although this is really common, and it's a completely normal thing as well, guys, so I don't want you to use this as a way to berate yourself, but what it is to notice is that you are in control of your reaction. You can't control the way that somebody responds to you. You know, if you're out in the street, so say you're driving to work and somebody cuts you up, you have the option there to become angry and irate and to start screaming and shouting at this person what an idiot they are and to have road rage. And you have chosen that. Yes, they did something that elicited the response in you in the first place, but it was you that made the decision to partake in it. Now, to find true peace is to be able to not be shook by the world from the outside in, to choose what you allow to enter into your reality. And this is so much easier said than done. And I know that loads of you will be sitting at home going, well, that's great, that's easy said, but when somebody, irritates me or they riles me or they cut me up, I can't help myself but feel angry. And that's a fair thing, when we feel like we've been put in danger, or somebody said something nasty, or somebody has attacked us. It's a normal response to feel sad or to become angry or to, reply in some way, shape or form in an emotion or in a physical response. Now, what I wanted to say is that although it's normal, you are not a victim of your own mind, nor are you a victim of the things that are going on inside of you. In fact, the things that are going on internally are the only things that you have any control or any power over. And when you learn to deal with these things and to have control of them, regardless of the things that are going on externally, you will be able to find true peace. Now, this isn't something that I can practice 24/7. I get angry, I get frustrated, I get upset, but I see the response and I recognize that it's my responsibility. It may be their fault that it's happened, but it's my responsibility to deal with it. And so I can either allow that person who cut me up. This happened to me this morning. So a guy cut me up this morning and I was like, what are you doing, you idiot? That's dangerous, and I'm like, a feeling of a complete anger rose in me like that he had created in me. Now, I could have sat there and allowed that feeling to fester, that feeling to come into me and to take over me and to ruin my journey to work because I'm dwelling on what a moron this guy was that cut me up. But instead I say, not my monkeys, not my circus, as it were, which is a great Polish proverb. And you allow the feeling, the aggravation, the upset, the anger to go with the person that caused the problem originally. And it's about being aware of yourself. It's about being aware that you are in control and that you don't need to be a victim of your inner self. You don't need to be a victim of the external world. You don't need to be a victim of your emotions. Because what happens first is the emotion and then the thought follows. The feeling in your body and then the emotion follows. So often you will have, your heart will be beating fast, and then your mind will look for a reason to be anxious. You know, somebody will do something and then you're feeling angry. You are in control of these things. And if you take full responsibility for yourself and you realize that I am my own problem, I am my own solution, then actually you needn't be a victim of your mental arena. And you can say, I'm going to let that go. You know, somebody was rude to me, I'm going to let it go. It's their problem. Because people who cut you up, it's his problem, he's a crap driver. People who insult you, it's their problem because they're projecting upon you. People who are rude to you, it's their problem because they're having a problem within their inner sanctum that makes them react in that way. Now, when you decide to take that into yourself, it becomes your problem. And that is a choice. Whether you feel like it is or it isn't, it is a choice. And if you want to argue with me about it and split hairs about it, that's absolutely fine. That is your choice too. But you are becoming a victim of the things that are going on inside your mind. And if you focus on the fact that you're a responsible human being that is in control of their thoughts, in control of everything that's going on up there, and all of your happiness, all of your peace, all of your joy for life starts with the thoughts that you are thinking. If you are allowing people to come into your life that make you unhappy, make you feel insecure, say things to you that you don't like, then, and you're taking that on board, that's your fault. That is your responsibility. You are choosing to allow those things to affect you. And you can say to yourself, that thought, thank you for sharing. It's their opinion, but I am not going to allow it to come into my reality. You know, and often when people say nasty things to you, or they treat you rudely, or they are behaving in a way that isn't conducive to your happiness, actually, it's because of them. It's got nothing to do with you. But the problem is, if your happiness relies on other people to be behaving in a certain way, you are going to be forever unhappy. You are going to be forever at the will of the universe around you, which is ever changeable and ever transient. And if the world outside of you that is reliable, that you're relying on for your happiness is ever transient, then your emotional state is going to be ever transient. And this is not a nice situation to be in, because you get up in the morning and you feel okay, and then something happens and you feel like shit. And then you manage to pull yourself out of that, and then somebody says something rude to you, and then you feel like shit. And if you are living like that, it's like this. It's a bloody up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's not fun because there's no continuity. There's no consistency. You're not aware of how you're going to feel on a day-to-day basis. And so you can't trust yourself. You can't trust yourself. You can't trust your world. You can't trust the environment. You can't trust how you're going to be on a daily basis. And that feeling of being up and down, up and down, up and down, is bloody stressful. It's bloody stressful. And actually what you can do, instead of being reliant on out there to make you happy, you be reliant on you in here to make you happy, regardless of what is happening around you. You know, I was talking to somebody last night on the phone, and they said, I just can't be like you, Laura. You know, you being 90% happy all the time, I can't believe that that's true. I think that you're not happy all the time, and I think that, you know, it's not real life. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not real life. I get up in the morning, and one minute I'm happy, and the next minute I'm sad because stuff happens. Well, that's that. Because stuff happens to me. I get the people that cut me up. I get the people who are rude. I get people who don't like me. I get people who comment on my things that, you know, people that, I don't know, I stub my toe, I fall over. I have the things that happen to me in my life, the same thing that you have in your life. But the thing that I have done is the inner work. That my inner sanctum, my mind is so pure and so full of joy that even when something bad happens, I look for the good in it. because there's always something positive to take from any situation. And it isn't a crock of shit, and it isn't, permanent joy and happiness. I get angry, I get frustrated, but it's not something that I take with me on a daily basis that stays consistently. And I sure as hell am not reliant on other people to make me happy. I make myself happy, and I can be, I can be alone and I'm happy. I could be in a movie theatre and I could be happy. And actually, the only times that I have ever really been unhappy in my life, I've blamed on the stuff that's going on externally, but actually it's the stuff that's going on internally that's making me unhappy. And if you think about it, it's the things that you think about things that make you unhappy. It's not really the thing that happens. If somebody's rude to you and they cut in front of you, the action of them cutting in front of you in a queue doesn't make you unhappy. It's the thought process that comes after that. It's you sitting there thinking, well, that's really rude. They just completely disrespected me. What would that person behind me think about me? They must think I'm a right mug. He must think I'm a right mug that he can just walk straight in front of me. And you do this thing, this tirade upon your confidence, your self-esteem, your personality, everything about you. I don't do that. And you don't need to do that. You need to become in control of the things that are going inside your mind. So when somebody cuts in front of me, first of all, I say, excuse me, there's a queue, because I have the self-confidence to speak up for myself. But secondly, if this person is, just an asshole, then I just think, poor guy, that he is such an asshole that he just cuts in front of strangers and he thinks that's okay. He must have no friends. I'm glad I'm not like that. I don't sit there and use it with a stick to hit myself with. Well, you're a mug, you let him in front, he disrespects you, everybody disrespects you. This is just what you're like, Laura. This is why nobody likes you. Yeah? That thought process that goes round and round and round and round and destroys your happiness, destroys your self-esteem, destroys your self-confidence. Stop doing it. You are in control of everything that goes on and up in here. It is the only thing in your life that you are truly in control of. So stop torturing yourself with your mental processes. Realize you're the gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper holds the key to your true, eternal happiness in life. And when you make yourself happy internally, the rest of your life, and happiness and positivity, self-esteem, self-confidence, following your path, following your bliss, doing the things that you want to do, all of these things just bang, 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 bang. They fall into place. Because when you level up in one place, you level up on all the others. And if I can do it, guys, this is the young girl that hated herself so much that I thought if I committed suicide, I'd be doing the world a favor. And that's 100% truth, honesty. If I can do it, if I can gatekeep my mind, the mind that told me to kill myself because that was a good idea, if I can gatekeep those kind of thoughts and that destructive a mind, I'm pretty sure that you can do it with that's why Sarah doesn't like you, because you're this, that, and the other, If I can do it, you can do it, guys. I'm not special. I'm not different to you. My mind doesn't work in a different way. I've not had different opportunities. I've just learnt these strategies and I have consistently put them into place. And if you consistently challenge your thought process, you consistently do these things, you consistently challenge these negative habits, that's all they are, the habits. If you challenge these habits, then you'd be surprised how far you can go in your life and how happy you can become. So if you've got any questions, guys, please write to me. Look, I'm thinking about doing an Ask Laura thing, so you guys can like an agony aunt, send in your questions, send in your ideas. You can do it anonymously or whatever, or send it via email. The email's down below. It's LAU of attraction@gmail.com, but whack me over an email. I'm thinking about doing an Ask Laura like agony aunt video series thing where you ask your questions, you ask for advice, and I answer it and I give you the honest advice. you know, how you want to do it. Do you want to do it as a live webinar? I know I did a live webinar recently and I got lots of questions with that, and that was really nice. So if you'd like to do a live webinar with me and I answer your questions live, I'm cool with that. If you want to send in things, let me know. But I really love to hear from you guys. My life's passion is to help people. And if you need help, get in touch. Okay, get in touch with me and I'm here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, get in touch with me, share my stuff. I love hearing from you. And the more that you share this, guys, the more help people that we can help and the more people that I can help. And you never know, you might share something and this video might be the one thing that manages to save somebody's life, like my life was saved, I don't know, 10 years ago or however long. Okay, so take care of yourselves and I love you all. Thank you for listening and I'll see you soon. Bye.